Hello, I'm Dean. That's our CS310 final project. So, an overview, our project offers a web service that allows the client to pick a JPEG image that they're choosing, and then apply one of three image transformations, or as we call them, augmentations to that image. At the Python client, they specify which of the three transformations they want to apply to the image after, of course, like choosing the image that's located like in their local file system. From there, they interact with, or the client at that point interacts with the API gateway, which has three endpoints, each of which corresponds with one of the Lambda functions that we have set up on the back end. So to go a little deeper into the implementation of this, we're going to be using this owl image as an example. So the first service or the first transformation that we offer is a conversion of the image into black and white. So the client will send this via the API gateway in form of a byte stream. And that at that point, the Lambda function will receive this request, convert this back into the correct image file format. So in this case, a JPEG. From there, we use the Python pillows library to read this into a pillows object from which we can perform all the variety of transformations. Uh, and then after that point, you save it back to the local file system in the Lambda function, and then finally convert that back into a byte stream that will get sent back towards the client. So the next transformation we offer is a conversion from image to ASCII art format. So this converts this into the correct like text format. So this is literally characters in a string. And then from there, the Lambda function will sort of draw this into a sort of canvas, which gets converted back to an image. And then the final one inverts all the color channels within like the requested image.
Cool. And then we can do a demo now. So this works very similarly to how our projects work, where we have like a while loop running and then like it checks if it's one, two, or three, and then we upload everything. So I have it running right now. We can test out the ASCII. So we just have to enter our JPEG file, and we can do that with our example. This one takes a second. Okay, and then it's always going to be outputted as output underscore image.jpg. This is what it looks like. And by the way, this is like the original. And then we can do that again with black and white. Okay. And again, it's changed to black and white. And finally with invert. And then it is inverted. So that is our demo.
And so for our system architecture, we chose not to include an S3 bucket or a database for a few different reasons. First of all, because our app doesn't contain any sensitive information because people are just uploading their images. We don't need to worry about having user accounts, which in past projects are managed with the database. Additionally, we don't need the S3 bucket because we can handle all of the image processing within one Lambda function itself. And on top of all of those things, maintaining a database as well as hosting a lot of different objects in an S3 bucket would incur an additional cost that we don't need to run our application.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching. So I can talk about some of the problems that we encountered. So something that we did initially is we were planning on doing this a lot more similarly to problem set 3 or assignment 3, where we have an S3 bus bucket, and then we had a Lambda trigger that would basically like perform our calculation whenever we uploaded something to the bucket. But by this point, we had like decided that we probably don't want to use a database. So we kind of like got stuck like, okay, how is this all going to come together? Like S3 bucket without a database with Lambda functions in the API. And then we kind of realized that we could just basically send things as bytes to the Lambda function, and then the Lambda function could like output things as bytes, like the processed images. So that's something that we decided to do. I'd say that was like the number one challenge that we faced, and there were like some other like small things like whenever I was doing the correct layer for the pillow for the Lambda functions, like we had to install it as Python 3.9, and then it wouldn't run whenever we ran the 3.12 on Python. So we had to switch our runtime to 3.9. Some other small things like that. But yeah, I think it was the main thing that we ran into was how is this all going to come together?